Well, our cold front almost coincided with the official beginning of fall in that tomorrow at 2:21 p.m. here in Temple we'll have our autumnal equinox, and that'll be the sun moving from north to south across the equator. So we officially get into fall. We have been watching these areas of lower pressure. Now there's a 5-wave pattern around the northern portion of the hemisphere. Each one of these troughs is a wave, and then you get the high pressure ridge and you get another wave, and within that trough there's where you lay in your frontal boundary. And again, like I said, the front's just the leading edge of that new air mass, and it's cooler. Now we've got another front that'll drop down about next Saturday and again next Tuesday or Wednesday, but they're not going to be strong enough. The air's not going to be heavy enough to come on through us. So what I think we'll do is just ahead of them, we'll tighten the pressure gradient and we'll force the temperatures back up. So we'll watch those. But with this pattern and with the amount of cooling around the northern portion of the northern hemisphere, I think we're going to pretty rapidly get into some good frontal boundaries and some good fall patterns. But right now, the shower activity, we had very little of it. A little more showers to the north and northeast where we had a good flow pattern out ahead of that front, forced a lot of moisture in. A few more showers to the south, back to the southwest, a little more moisture to work with. So we've had very little to talk about in the way of wet. I think only a trace at Waco. Temperatures, all in the 80s now. Georgetown's still at 90, but that flow pattern from the north is going to make a difference. The lows tonight will be in the 50s and 60s, and the low spots, outlier areas, will have the cooler numbers. Cooler air is heavy and it'll sink to low spots, but as the skies open, good radiational cooling. You can see the winds are pretty brisk from the north. They're in at about 10 to 15, 18 miles per hour. We still have wind gusts near 25 at times. So we'll start tomorrow morning around 58. Now that'll vary some. Outlier areas, low spots, areas to the north, a little cooler. But our high temperature right around the low 80s. So generally a partly cloudy sky, a little bit of gustiness, the winds settle down, but even though they shift a little bit northeast and east and then back to the southeast, it takes a while to force the warm air back in. We do start to warm up over the weekend though, talking those low 90s. That's a little above normal, but we get to enjoy a few days of some cool air. We'll be back after the break.